Take my hand and count to 10, my love. It's just another way to die. 'Cause love is just another way to die. But it's the only way that we both survive. Down to love to fall again. Take my hand and count to 10, my love. It's just another way to die. Makes me feel alive. Feel alive. I laid out my sins for you, paid all my debts to you. You've won. I no longer fear the truth. The bullet comes back for you. I'm done. You held it here against my head. Our love was like a loaded gun. I held my ground until the end. You pulled the trigger. Take my hand and count to 10, my love. It's just another way to die. 'Cause love is just another way to die. But it's the only way that we both survive. Down to love to fall again. Take my hand and count to 10, my love. It's just another way to die. Makes me feel alive. Feel alive. I laid out my sins for you, paid all my debts to you. You've won. I no longer fear the truth. The bullet comes back for you. I'm done. You held it here against my head. Our love was like a loaded gun. I held my ground until the end. You pulled the trigger. Take my hand and count to 10, my love. It's just another way to die. 'Cause love is just another way to die. But it's the only way that we both survive. Down to love to fall again. Take my hand and count to 10, my love. It's just another way to die. Makes
Thank you, Rachel. God. But anyway, what I was saying is like, thanks everybody for being here for Van Philosophy. No, I was saying today's been kind of a rough day. It was like for anybody that deals with like anxiety or depression stuff, like, yeah, it was one of those weird ones for me today where like I was just laying around and trying to do multiple naps and stretching. Because like you feel that overwhelming feeling thing. And it's weird. It's weird. It's either that, and I think it's kind of mixed with like I started my menstruation cycle.
What is that?
I don't know, because people, we all go in cycles. For females, it's more like obvious. I don't bleed once a month or anything, but it's like you go through those like emotional cycles and like feelings and blah 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 blah, all that stuff. It's kind of weird, but anyway, I'm here. I'm doing all right. So.
And I'm here too.
Yeah. What have you been up to, man?
Well, we got like another project that we're talking about it's later this year.
Yeah.
But I feel like you always try to start stuff early.
Yep.
And I sent you a little clip of it earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited about that. So I was tinkering with that most of the day today.
Sometimes it's weird because like you sent to me and I was like, what is this?
And I was like, oh, dude.
I can't, because on the phone you can't hear, man, because it's recorded with the phone, thing.
We send each other clips all the time.
All the time.
Of like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
What do you think? And that's like what our text messages look like.
Text message.
Our text message. That's what that looks like. So, yeah, but I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
And
no, I'm pumped because we've been wanting to do that in particular for
a while.
About 2 or 3 years.
Oh, is it that long?
Yeah. It's been about 2 or 3 years. This would be the third year.
We were talking about doing this, and we're finally going to do it.
Finally going to do it. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've just been tinkering around, man, like digging more and more into like all this tech stuff. Like it just blows. It's like trying to get even these. We were talking about this before we started. Trying to get these to be like more. What's the word? Consistent. Because like
gooder.
Make
it gooder.
I'm trying to get it more consistent because like I have to reset up all this stuff like every time we go to do it. You know what I mean? So like, but like all the camera settings and all that kind of stuff, I'm still figuring it out, trying to wrap my head around all of that. But like what was said in the blog though, like one of the ways I've been doing that is doing like weird photography stuff, like on some downtime, just going and like we went to a couple of different cemeteries. Like we talked about this last week where I went to one of the local ones and then a few towns over went to another one and took some photos and trying to figure out the balance of all that stuff. It's been cool. It's been neat. I mean, it's Halloween time. Like, why not do that? You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like we can... who knows? Who's trick-or-treating? Are we trick-or-treating this year, y'all? Is that what's going on?
Let us know if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, like... I
know a lot of...
No one's talked about it.
Well, it is weird. It's one of those things... On local levels, it's... You think there'd be more... No one said anything. There'd be more information on it.
Yeah.
Or you'd know more about it.
Yeah.
I know, like my daughter goes to a trunk or treat usually.
Right.
That's what we go and do. And like I know they've canceled that this year.
Steve, nope. What's up, Kelly? What's up, Rachel? What's up, Steve? Yo, Becca and Nancy. Hope you guys are all doing well, man. Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no one's talked about it. You know what I mean? Like I haven't heard a thing because like where I live, like we get like trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
You know, so we like set up a thing and hand out candy and do all that stuff every year. But like I don't know if we're doing that this year or not. And like no one has said like no or yes. So I think what's really gonna happen, I think it's gonna be like Halloween. And it's like you gotta like just wait. And
you'll see.
And maybe.
And you'll walk outside.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, is anybody out here?
Sure.
You'll start out like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it'll be Halloween night, and you'll be like, I'm just trying to find the trick-or-treaters.
And then it's just all these coughing kids running at you.
Oh, my God.
I can't breathe. And, like, running to your house. Give me candy. No, like, That's awful.
That's awful. That sounds like, you know, when you watch a movie and it's like, this is too real. And you're too scared and you gotta turn it off.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like. And
oh man.
I mean, I would be in that movie.
Yeah, sure. It's the whole thing. No, but if you guys enjoy like weird like little ghosty things and stuff, like try looking at some of your local cemeteries, because like there's some weird history stuff there that you don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like even just the fact of like the one I went to this past week, dude. Like there was like this whole lot, so it was like gated, and it was two parents that were there were spots for them, but there was like 12, maybe more infants. You know, this is from the 1800s, you know, and it was like, oh yeah, like kids didn't make it.
Yeah.
That's how like
because they got consumption.
Yeah, that something happened.
Yeah.
You know, like we take that kind of stuff for granted these days, and it
Yeah.
makes you like go, oh yeah, like that was a freaking thing, man.
Well, I know we're talking about is. We'll look back at previous generations and you go like, man, it seems like everybody's grandparents had like a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And now you look around and people are like, they'll have one kid or two kids. Like people seem
Right.
to have smaller families now.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's because a lot of people had that ingrained in them. Like, you have to have a bunch of
You have
kids.
to because you want to pass on your genes somehow.
Because a few of them might die.
Right.
If that was the norm.
Right.
For, you know, a few generations, and then you tell your kids like, hey, this is how we live, and it takes a few generations to kind of develop a new norm in society anyway.
Right.
So I wonder if that's kind of a weird thing that we kind of see like in our lifetime where we go, well man, yeah, we see that gap of you have to have a lot of kids so that we can all survive as a society.
Right.
Versus now is like, well, you don't have to. Like, we all have it pretty good.
Yeah, one or two
You know?
and you're good.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, there are other circumstances where you know there's science hasn't quite gotten there yet, but like it's interesting like seeing that. And I know like even there's like a photo that was put in there of a 9-year-old. You know, dude, the feeling is so weird. Like when we pulled up to the place, for one, there wasn't really a place to park. You know, it was like right in the middle of this town. You know, and it's like, oh, it's right here. And then we drove around it, and it was like, oh, and there's like kids playing like right here, but it's like this historical place. And it's like, okay. And then we found out we had to pull off at the side of the road, and then walking up through it, it's like you got this weird smell. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was like, and it wasn't like, ew, that stinks. It was like, but it smelled like death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a lot of like above ground type stuff, and I think they were doing some restoration, trying to take care of it, because it's a lot of these older cemeteries are on these hills, embankments, water,
And water erodes the hill, and wow.
Imagine.
Well, and I'm imagining from that time period. I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking like coffins were wood.
Right. Yeah. Either that, or I think a lot of these were just stone, and then the body would be placed, and then there was a slab over. And then it would naturally decay into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like above ground things, so they could move things. So I think they had moved this one once before. So. Oh,
Birth control became a thing.
That's true.
That's another reason.
That's true. Yeah. It's a whole thing. You need.
There's multiple reasons for it, I'm sure.
And sometimes you do need children to work the land. You know, that's, honestly, the only reason I had a kid, I was like, hey man, you're gonna learn how to mow the grass. You know,
You look around and be like, I could use some help around here.
oh, you're turning 15, huh? I think I know what to get you. A lawnmower.
Good job for you.
No, but like, I don't know. Those experiences are cool, man. Like, I really want to take you out sometime. I want to take it like where we can just go like
totally
adventuring
go.
through some of them. I used to do a lot of that. If you guys have done it when you were younger, because like whenever I was younger, I was like super into Ghostbusters, like so much to where I was a Ghostbuster. So like I would go ghost hunting whenever I got like into my teenage years, and we'd like learn all these weird stories and just go and it'd be like late at night. Like I wouldn't do any of it now, I don't think, because you know, I don't know, I guess fear of being arrested, but like You know, it was it was like we would go and like it'd be like super late at night, like there'd be the stories like the one with the girl with the dollhouse built over her grave, and you sit there and at the witching hour you could hear her, you know, crying.
Yeah, there's a local legend.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, and we sat there and like I swear we heard it. You know, I don't know if we heard it, but I swear we heard it. And then that same trip, I remember walking back towards the back of the cemetery, and there was some rustling going on. So you're already like, oh, I'm spooked. I'm gonna get some ghosts out here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then there was a freaking deer just went, and
you're like, ah,
yeah, just run, dude. It was hilarious. Like even like the kids across the cemetery, they freaked out, and started running too. It was bizarre, man. Mm-hmm. But do you have any like ghost stories or anything like that?
Well, I think I have like one or two.
Okay.
I remember we wouldn't go ghost hunting, but there was a few like old insane asylums that we would go check out back home.
Right.
There was one like supposedly it used to be an insane asylum, and then it was bought up by the government, and we didn't quite know what was there, but we're like, oh, well, like we'll go check it out and see what it's like. And we've ended up finding out that it was a juvenile hall is like what it was. So we like immediately got way more geeked out when we found out that's what it was than it being like some old insane asylum and there's some ghosts there. Because we're like, oh, there's cops here. And they think there's not ghosts, there's cops. And they think we escaped. And they're going to be like, get back in your cell, you know? We're going to be like, oh, sorry, we just thought there was an insane asylum here.
What are you doing out of your bunks?
So it immediately got way more scary.
Sure.
When we were like, guys, this is a juvenile hall,
right,
and we're not supposed to be trespassing here.
That's awesome.
And then I remember, I think like we used to play like Capture the Flag a lot when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, us too.
And at night, you know, and you're, you know, you put on face paint and you're just getting all into it.
Did you guys do it with the flashlight where it was like German spotlight, or did you guys do it?
We would do tackle.
Okay. So you couldn't see anybody. It was just if you saw them, you tackle them.
Yeah, it was basically, and like you had to plan it out so you knew like it was the other team,
right?
And we wouldn't like tackle each other real hard, but you had to go grab them.
Yeah, ours was more like one of those Metal Gear missions. So it's like if you get caught with the light, you got to start over. You know what I mean?
I think we did that too.
Yeah.
When like there was like, you know, kids that like were like, oh, I can't get hurt, guys.
I can't get hurt.
You know what I mean? But anyway, I remember, I can't remember where we were, but it was at someone's house that I wasn't super familiar with it. But they had a big woods, and we were playing like Capture the Flag, and all of a sudden there's a couple of us that were on a team, and we go and we're like, hey, there's someone standing right there. And I was like, well, I mean, it's the other team, you know, so we're sneaking up on it.
Right.
And we're like, oh, there's someone standing right there.
Yeah.
And we're like, I think this is the edge of Billy's property, or wherever we were, you know. And he's like, oh, I wonder, like, maybe that's like the neighbor or something. And we're like, no, they're just standing there. And we're like, oh, this is weird. So we get a little closer. And then we go, that guy's got like a big hood on. And we kind of got a little closer and we're like, dude, it looks like he's in like a costume or something, like Lord of the Rings like hood.
How far were you at this point?
This was like, we were maybe between 30 and 20 feet from it, where we're like kind of like, what's going on?
Right.
And then we ended up getting about like 10 feet from it. It was like right there, but as far like where you couldn't touch it, and we still like couldn't make out what it was. But it was this figure, and it was completely black. Like, and there was, you know, they had like a street lamp, you know, over here and stuff. So like not everything was complete. There's nothing that was completely black except this thing like standing right there and it didn't move. And we're like, what? Like we're all looking at each other like, what is this? We're like, it's not a person.
Right.
You know? And we kind of like went around it, and it seemed to like not shift perspective or not have a perspective change. It always seemed like it was this
flat figure,
this 2D thing,
right?
A shadow, like
Weird.
a 2D shadow standing straight up in the third dimension.
How old were you?
I was like 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah, like old enough to be like, what's going on, guys?
Sure, yeah,
you know what I mean? Not
yeah.
like, oh, it's a ghost. You know, we're like, it's not good. None of us believe in ghosts. You know,
What ended up happening?
we have no idea.
Did
It was
you-
just there's just this thing.
Did you not go investigate, or did you
we
leave?
well, like we went closer, but not. That's like I said, we got like maybe 10 feet. This is where it was right there, and I'm like, this is really weird. It's like there's a hole in space.
But is it possible that you just evaded like a child predator?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think
You
so.
don't think so, 'cause
We
it
were
was-
all teenagers,
Right.
and there was like, I wasn't a little kid,
Right.
you know, and there was like 3 or 4. We were all playing capture flag on a team,
Right.
and like we told some people about it, and they're like, "Oh, that's weird." No one was like, "No, you guys are messing with us," you know, and like
Yeah.
we still couldn't figure out what it was, and we're like, "Oh man, it's a ghost."
Right.
I don't know.
You know, it's weird. Like that. I think for like younger kids and stuff, like when you're like a younger teenager or even younger, like it seems like you're more sensitive to that stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, like Nancy here.
It's always the kid in the horror movie that can see everything.
Nancy's like, I don't believe in ghosts, you know, but the Ouija boards freak her out. Like, but like, ever since I've gotten older, I don't really experience a lot of that kind of thing. But like, whenever I was like really little, I was probably maybe 5 or 6. Right, this is like one of my vivid memories of when I was a kid. Was I woke up one morning and I had this dream about my great grandfather, because like the way my family's lived, it was like our house and there was my grandmother's house, and then below that was my great grandparents' house. You know, there was a farm back here in the back area. So I woke up one morning and I had a dream about my great grandfather. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great grandfather. In a tunnel, in a black tunnel. Mm-hmm. And there was little pinpricks going through, like little like light coming through.
Oh yeah.
Right? So it was like this weird, like it's like
Holes
like
in the vortex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like all this light started shining through, and he's just kind of like in this tunnel, right? And I woke up and I was like, wow, that's a weird dream, you know? And I go out into the kitchen area, this kitchen / living room area, and they were like, oh, we've got something to tell you kids. And
Nuh-uh.
my great grandfather had passed away. And I was like, oh, what? Like, I didn't get it. I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry.
What?
And so I was like, oh, that is so strange. And this is like me as a kid. This is my brain. Like, we're trying to wrap around it. And, okay. And then we went down. We walked over the hill and then down to their house. And I remember vividly there being... I didn't want to go in and look at him. I was too scared. But I vividly remember there being a bird's nest where a bird had just recently laid an egg. Mm-hmm. And somehow my child brain connected. My great grandfather died, and here's this new life,
this new thing
right away, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, what if he transitioned from a bird, like into a bird, to live this life of freedom, like absolute freedom?
Yeah.
And I get back to the house afterwards, and I'm walking, you know, to my bedroom. There's like this long hall. It was a really weird house. It was like part trailer, part house. You know, like it started out as a trailer, but then my father built onto it and tried to make it a house. And I was walking through the hall down this way, and dude, there was like this apparition, this like glow, kind of like this blue color here, but a little bit more white tinted. Just come up, and dude, I swear, the way my brain remembers it, it was my great grandfather telling me that it was going to be okay. That I have a new life.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, it's weird. Like, I really think like either one, my brain made that all up.
Uh-huh.
Right? You know, because we're monkey brains. Like, we don't know. Or 2, I really think children are just more sensitive to that kind of stuff. Even like my kid, like he's had experiences like that where he's more in tune. You can tell like there's something in tune with that stuff.
Well, and I think too is, yeah, on some like, how often do you think of asking yourself questions like, how do I know this person's dead?
Right.
You know, and you, like, as an adult, you go like, well, I'm gonna check their pulse, and I'm gonna see if they're breathing, and
All the physical aspect,
stuff, and as a kid, you think of that in a very different way.
Yeah.
You know, but it seems like you still know and understand what it is, and I think like you might be, like not so scientific about things. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and you're open to just experience things for what they are, and not have to have you give an explanation for it over and over and over again.
Right.
You can just like, more experiences are given to you.
Sure.
And that totally makes sense. That like,
Well, look here, and like Steve was saying that Nancy doesn't believe him, but he had an old lady living in their house in Bogart. One night he woke up, and just as she was walking out of the bedroom, what? What?
I saw her 6 or 7 times before she finally moved on.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So he saw a ghost.
You saw like something,
and then they finally left.
but you saw it about 6 or 7 times. That's crazy. If any other guys, if you have any other experiences, please share it with
let
us
us
down here,
know.
man. We would really like
We're
to hear
telling
it.
spooky stories.
Spooky stories
Spooky
today.
stories. Tell us yours.
No, it's just so interesting. I think like everyone that I know has a personal experience with something like that.
Yeah.
Whether
there's
it's
some weird thing, you're like, I think I saw a ghost.
Yeah, and it's
Whether you
usually,
believe in them or not, you'd be like, I don't know, maybe that was it.
and it's usually like when they were younger, you know. But again, I think it's because as we get older, we put these walls up of like, no, if I don't see it, it's not real. Or if it's like, you know what I'm talking about, like there's those weird walls that you put up.
Well, and some of it's smart if you're trying to analyze like physical things that happen.
Right.
But yeah, at the same time, like that can turn into, well, if I don't understand it, it doesn't exist.
Sure.
And we'd be like, well, I didn't see it.
Well, even
so it
some
doesn't
sciences
exist.
talk about like, you know, multiple dimensions and like our perceptions of reality. And it's not saying that like it can't be explained by some kind of other means.
Yeah.
Like saying that like I like to give people crap when they're like, oh, my head's hurting. It's like there's some kind of like interdimensional being running tests on you because you can't perceive them.
All right.
And that's why you have a headache,
Well-
because they're like behind you. Like, ticker it on.
That's why
you.
the weather changes.
Right, you know, because like what, like I think we.
How
talked
would
about
you
this-
know?
How would you know?
Because I remember
We're only 3-dimensional. What about the 5D guys that are out there?
Well, I remember someone kind of presenting this, that hypothesis in like a way that we do it all the time.
Yeah.
Is, let's say you see an ant crawling on the road, and you put an object in its way. What does it see?
Right.
You know, and like you see a big basketball, but that thing goes like, oh, my whole world turned orange,
Yeah.
and I don't.
Yeah. What is this?
I'll go back the way I came.
Right.
You know, and they probably don't understand that, like, oh, well, there's this thing that's way above you, and they're putting this thing in your way, and it actually just looks like a little ball, but it's
Sure.
really big, so it doesn't.
Right.
So-
I mean, that's what's so tough. Even if we're talking about that stuff, it's like it's so tough for us to understand because we try to say, oh, ants are in a 2-dimensional plane, but it's like no, they're just a smaller 3D.
Yeah, they're smaller
We
3D.
so it's hard for us to even understand a different dimension.
Yeah.
Let alone like try to imagine like a 4th dimension. So is that what we're seeing when we die? Is it because like we're transitioning out of this plane of existence, like we're taught through our religious stories and spiritual stories?
I want to know that if
Is that explained in science by dimensional?
if the life
shifts?
before this, if we were like cartoons.
Sure. Yeah. I think in this life we're cartoons, man.
Well, no, like well, I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about like passing through dimensions.
Sure.
Like, well, what about the second one? Like,
Oh,
you
right,
You only experience things. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson had something on that where he said if you had a cartoon character, and yeah, it was the same thing. It was like with a ball, and you gave him a ball,
Yeah.
and it passed through just that 2D plane. It would look like a small circle, and then it would get bigger and bigger
Right.
and bigger and bigger, and then it would get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
But to us, it's a sphere going through a plane.
Yeah.
But to someone that can only experience 2 dimensions, they can only see 2D objects. And
Let's see here. Kelly says that she has some dream experiences, but not sure if they're spooky, just like a 6th sense. Yeah, that's a whole thing too. Like whenever you're dreaming, like being told things, like songs come to us all the time, like in this dream state.
It's weird when songs come and
Like things being given to you.
that's
almost.
happened twice this year.
Yeah.
Because it used to like it would kind of happen.
Yeah.
But twice this year, I remember like waking up and being like, "Where's the phone or paper or something?"
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "I have to write this down really quick because I'm gonna forget this in 30 seconds."
Right.
And I think I know with this new song that we're working on right now, like the next one that we're working on,
There's a lot.
there was a like
I don't know which one.
there's a few more, but anyway, there's a new song we're working on where I remember waking up and writing something down and not remembering where it came from.
Right.
I think with Maybe I Don't Have To, I remember that some of it kind of came that way. Or not Maybe I Don't Have To, with Neighbors, rather, I think. And I still kind of remember the dream because of writing it down, you know? But, yeah, it's weird when that stuff happens.
Yeah. I mean, Nancy, she's like 100% believe in the sixth sense. So you believe in a sixth sense type deal?
What is
I guess,
this?
yeah. What do you mean? Like just like an intuition?
Well, what's the sixth thing?
Well, you know, like the movie like Sixth Sense, because you know it's like talking about like seeing ghosts and things like that. And we found out Frog has a sixth sense. That's true. I bet Frog does.
Well, don't sharks? Sharks have it's in their nose. It's not actually. That's not where they smell. It's like it's almost like an echolocation thing. It's like a pressure sensor that they have.
I don't know. Is
And
that true?
Yeah, it's like the two little things that look like nostrils on a shark.
Right.
They're not nostrils. It's this other way of sensing what's there.
Right.
And I think they go like, well, it has to do with like pressure or.
Right.
I don't think it's echolocation.
Maybe like Nancy's saying, it's intuition. Maybe sharks just have like an intuition maker.
You got an intuition nose.
It's-
The fish are there.
Right. Like instead of getting like their sinuses all swollen, they're just like, I just can't tell what's going on. I just don't know what's going on. And that's what they're doing all the time. The shark's like, I don't know.
Right? Yeah. Like if you have a sixth sense,
Yeah.
and you get sick, how does it change?
Right. It's like that's why sharks like bite people occasionally. It's because they just have like a sinus infection.
Yeah.
Because like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just don't know what's going on.
I didn't see you there.
You know. Yeah.
Or they think you're delicious.
Or they think that's true.
I mean,
that's
like-
true. You know.
Well, I know I don't know why.
Most animals
Why we're
think
talking
I'm-
about shark tax?
think I'm
We're talking about
delicious.
shark tax. I know. At least in the United States, most shark attacks are they're like very small ones, but they got to
Right.
count it as a shark attack
Right.
because a shark did attack someone, but it was just a little nip.
A little nip.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Aaron here says that they detect electrical impulses.
That
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
So it's not like I can hear you moving over there. It's like I can feel the energy that you're making.
Right.
Which, yeah, I guess that, we don't have that. Or, maybe we do.
I think we do.
Maybe we do have something like that.
I think we do.
As
Yeah.
a part of nature.
Yeah.
If fish have it, there's
Right.
probably other mammals that have it too.
Sure.
Because we,
Well, yeah. We like to think that we know everything that's
fish,
going on.
reptiles,
but I don't
mammals,
think.
yeah.
I don't think that we know all that. See, Kelly says here that her grandmother spoke to her in her dreams. Had some dreams come true and play out after the dreams. Oh yeah, that's spooky, for sure. Like I could understand that.
It's spooky but it can be kind of sweet.
Well,
I guess it depends on.
it depends on what you mean by
Depends on the
spooky.
situation.
Because like spooky could be like, you know, like oh spooky, you know, it's like deja vu. So you were like, did you realize after the dream though, Kelly, like what it was that she was telling you? And did you expect, or was it like there was time between and then it felt like deja vu? Let me know, because that's interesting. A sixth sense, Rico. You're ridiculous.
I got a sixth sense.
You're ridiculous, dude.
Sense of humor is
Right.
the sixth sense.
It's there. But Anyway, if you guys have any more stuff, let us know down there in the comments. But we're going to move on. We did another Cooking with Jay segment this week. I didn't know if I was going to get it done. Now, you guys can't hold me to, like, think that I'm going to do it every week. I'm going to try.
I said you should hold off, man, or everyone's going to be like, every week.
Every
I want to
week.
see it every week.
Gotta see
Make
it.
something.
Gotta see it. But, you know, like, I don't know. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy cooking, so I just got to shoot it doing it. So it basically just extends my cooking time out, and then I've got to do some other stuff. But like, I'm pretty pumped about it.
What'd you make?
Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, it's a surprise.
This is like how Mr. Rogers would do. Be like, well, kids,
It's a beautiful day in the neighbor. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
in this neighborhood.
Isn't that like a Mandela effect?
I think that has to be. Is that really what it says?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Oh, weird. I thought. It was...
But it's everyone says it's and
Yeah.
we swear it was.
Weird.
But it's actually this. I could be wrong.
Anyway,
But I seem to remember that being on that documentary about all the Mandela effects.
anyway, here we go. Let's try this out. I just hope it doesn't do weird stuff. Let's try it out. Here we go. Today I'm going to show you how to make some bomb-ass chicken noodle soup. Alright guys, here's everything you're going to need. 12 ounces of egg noodles, 16 ounces of chicken broth, a pack of carrots, a pack of celery, 2 yellow onions, about normal size, and 2 large chicken breasts. As usual, let's start by preheating the oven at 450. Here's the part that always takes the longest, chopping all these veggies up. Man, I wish I could speed it up like this in real life. Let's prepare the chicken. I didn't have anything smaller for this, but it goes to show that you don't need like fancy cookware to make some really good food. After it's seasoned and covered, throw them in the oven and set the timer for 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and set the stove on medium. Once it's up to heat, let's pour in some olive oil and toss in the veggies. Occasionally stirring, we're going to cook these down until everything's tender. I've always enjoyed this fork trick. Nope, this one's not done yet. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Alright, pour in both containers of broth, add your herbs and spices, and crank up the heat. Once it's up to boil, we're going to let it go for about 5 minutes, and then it's time to add the noodles. And we're going to let those boil for about another 5. Sweet, the chicken's done. Let's get it out and cut it up. Once the noodles are done, let's toss in the chicken and let it cook for another 5 minutes. A good taste test. And bam! Bomb-ass chicken noodle soup. You can even squeeze in some lemon for some extra zang. So yeah, I just finished that late last night. I was up to like 5 editing that crap, but I had a lot of fun making it, and I wanted to make sure I had it done too, because that way we could do the traditional letting Kyle try.
I can try it.
He gets to try it live on camera.
I'm gonna let you know if it's crap.
Please, but it should be still warm. Hopefully, you know, you microwave it before we come out here because I'd reheat it. You tell me.
All right. Now, I feel like when you have soup, you have to take more than one bite. But I'm gonna try to get a good bite here.
Please.
Get everything. So
you gotta take more than one bite anyway.
All right. So I got some chicken. And I got a good amount of broth in here.
Yeah.
And I got.
You got a carrot there. Yeah. Do you have a piece of celery?
Got a piece of celery.
Celery's what makes it.
I'm not doing noodles for another week.
Okay.
But this is perfect.
Boo, Kyle.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, what's your review? What you got? Tell me.
Don't make this, y'all.
Don't you dare.
Don't make it, because I need to go to the store and I need to go get all these ingredients for myself. And if you guys make this at home, that means that I will have less.
Right.
And screw you guys.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny, like, how much better homemade...
It gives you everything.
Yeah.
It's like salty and savory, and
has
that lemon tang to it.
The lemon's in there.
And it's like earthy from the herbs and stuff.
Like, you'd be surprised, like, making homemade chicken noodle soup, like, how elevated it is compared to, like, just a can of
soup.
Yeah, even, like, if you get, like, the expensive can, like, where it's, like, the chunky stuff, like, this just does not compare. Like, I love this stuff. This is, like, one of my favorite dishes to make. It's a little more extensive than the last one. I think that's why it took me so long to put it together. But like, I'm excited I did. And the actual video separately, we will be posting that up as soon as this is over. So make sure you guys share that around, look at it. And if you guys have any questions about any of these things too, or any specific recipes you want to see me make, or hell, get Kyle over here and watch him make some stuff, we'll shoot it up and we'll do it. So let us know.
I had this craving last week. When I lived in Bilbao for a little while, and they had this little dish that they'd make, and it was real simple, but it was pumpkin.
Right.
And I remember, like, growing up here, like, you don't really just eat pumpkin. You eat pumpkin and, like, pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie. It's always pumpkin something else, not just pumpkin. But it was, like, pumpkin and leeks and potatoes, and they say chorizo, or chorizo.
No, how do you say it, though, with the R? You roll the R. Chorizo.
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 But over there, it's the Z is the TH sound.
You got to tell us, Rachel, how do you say chorizo? Is it chorizo?
But anyway, so I had this craving, and a friend of mine brought me a pumpkin the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make that dish, and I bought some chorizo, and I was like, oh, that sounds
like
cheap.
Spanish, like if you're in like a Spanish drama.
Well, it is because it's in Spain.
No, like a Spanish like drama, like
Yeah.
chorizo.
They can make anything sexy, can't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, it's sausage
Right.
with paprika in it. So sexy. And I went and like cooked it, and it was awful. It was just awful stuff. So I threw it out, and I went and actually got some like nice stuff at the deli.
Right.
So I made my little pumpkin and leek stew and sliced up some of that in there. It was awesome.
Nice. Every time I hear about pumpkin soup, it makes me think of Twilight Princess, that Zelda game, where you go up to the Yeti, and the Yeti makes this pumpkin soup, and you can go up there.
You get way stronger from it.
Oh,
Do you get stronger, or do you get?
It heals.
It heals you.
Yeah.
Heals you. It's good for you.
Roshambeaux. Yeah. Yep.
How about some apple crisp?
There you go.
You
I
know
love
make
apple crisp, man. I don't know how to make it, but I could look into it because like I love apple crisp. That might like get me to learn how to do it. Mm-hmm. Rachel's asking like what spices were actually used in the broth. It was see, I try not. It's cooking, y'all. So like you have. That's the reason I don't go through it exactly.
Like, I don't know, whatever I had.
Because yeah. I mean, there's staples and stuff. I tried to show the little things up close for the chicken, but like a lot of it's like do your own kind of flair to it. 'Cause I don't really do measurements when it comes to a lot of this stuff because it's just as I've gotten to it, as I've cooked it more and more, I've made it different. You know, like honing in the flavor profile. But it's mainly thyme, oregano. Those are the two herbs. And then I like a lot of cayenne in it because I love like a nice spicy soup. Mm-hmm. But even if you're not into spicy food, like in a chicken noodle soup, add some cayenne, y'all. Even if like you're a little sensitive to it, just try it. Mm-hmm. Add a little bit of cayenne, because it helps that flavor really seep in. And it was
Well, the capsaicin is good for you.
It's good for your heart, man.
Yeah, like
that, black pepper and salt. That's all it is. That's all it is, y'all.
I'm always trying to sneak cayenne into stuff at home, and
Yeah.
then someone will be like, "Oh, this is really spicy," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I put too much in there.
Sorry,
I was trying to sneak it in there. It's good for you."
Never had leeks. You know, I've never had leeks either.
Leeks are good. It's like a big green onion.
I mean, you eat leeks, and I mean, really, what's wrong with that?
I eat leeks. Oh, we gotta do that. So like, we're around the road, we're always like
Making up
stupid stuff. And there was that. Is it AJR? Is that the band?
Yeah. That.
I'm weak, and
Yeah.
what's wrong with that? Yeah. Anyway, we thought about doing this really crazy parody about sticking to your diet and trying to lose weight. And but yeah, leeks. It's like a big green onion, basically.
Right.
They're very oniony.
Oh, it's an onion. I didn't realize that.
Well, it's like you know when you get a
That makes sense.
when you get a chive and it has that.
Yeah.
They have those little
Yeah.
like leaves at the top.
Sure.
But they're real tender and they're edible too.
Yeah.
It's like that, but they're big.
Right.
And it's I think I don't know. I know they grow. I mean, I think they grow in the United States too. It's
Sure.
not just, but I think they originated like over yonder somewhere.
I like.
And someone went, "Oh, these are good. Let's plant them everywhere."
I like
They're tasty.
Kelly's suggestion here that we need some Roshambeaux oven mitts, because like
That'd be cool.
if I had the capabilities of like sewing and manufacturing things, if I was good at that sort of thing, where I could make you one, I would make you one for some apple crisp. Because
we have to find out who Joe Biden has for his merchandise distributor.
Oh yeah,
because it was like, remember the whole like fly escapade on Pence, like a fly landed on his head.
I saw some. Yeah, I saw something.
And like I was like everyone like that was the only thing anybody talked about. No one talked about like important stuff. They're just like, oh, the fly at the bait. It was hilarious. Anyway, but Joe Biden's campaign came out with fly swatters like as it was happening. Or no,
Oh,
I mean,
really?
or like an hour or two later. Yeah, so they were like, "Oh, I know someone who makes fly swatters. Call them up. Order 700 of them."
That's weird. You just swat a fly.
But I sat there and I was like, man, like
That's bizarre.
whoever they got over there, like that,
Sure.
that was funny.
Sure.
And like, and just, I guess like
The
quick
fact that it was that
thinking.
fast.
The fact
yeah.
that it was like super quick, like
Right.
within a few hours, it was on media. Like, hey, you
Yeah,
can
how
buy
cool would it
fly
be? Kelly just says, "Trade me an oven mitt for some apple crisps," and it's like, all right. And then like as soon as we're done with the vlog, it's like on the store. How cool would that be? But also this week we just released. We want to talk a minute about our new Patreon cover that we just did, because I was pretty pumped about it when we got it.
That was fun. We broke a rule of ours to
did.
never ever cover this band
We never planned to do that.
because we have way too much respect for them.
We love this band. a
love
lot.
that band.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't want to. Like, that's one of my favorite guitarists of all time.
Right.
I don't want to touch his stuff. I mean, I'll play it,
Yeah.
but I don't want to like do a version of it. And it was so much fun.
It was a lot of
It was
fun,
cool.
man.
I didn't care. I was like, oh, whatever. It's gonna be fun.
Well, and it was intimidating to do a Rage song, but like, it's weird because like again with our covers we normally do like weird different versions of it. Like we'll take it if it's like
Yeah.
a heavy song, we'll try to make it slower. Or
That
we'll
was
do
always our rule. It was like if you do a
thing.
cover, you just gotta make it really different.
But having so much respect for that band, it's like I didn't want to do that. It was weird. It's like
Yeah.
it's like it didn't feel right.
Yeah, I was
It
like,
didn't
no,
feel
I don't
right.
want to. I don't want to do it any other way.
Yeah, I mean, we did our spin on
we
it.
did our own spin. It's
know?
not like a. It's not like a tribute.
Yeah, it's
cover,
not a one to
you know what I
one.
mean? Yeah.
You know, but it worked out. I thought it was cool. I really liked that the way that the solo went. It was really it was a lot on the fly, which is a lot of fun doing when you're in person, like just jamming it out and hitting record.
Well, we came and set up and just did a couple takes, and we
Yeah.
were like, "Hey, do we even think about this section here?" And we were like, oh, "Let's take 10 minutes and think
Take
about
10
it.
minutes and think about it.
Think about it for just a second.
Don't
and go
plan
back
it
to
out, but think about it. You know. Yeah, Rachel, thank you so much for requesting. It was a good request, man. It was cool. Again, one of the songs that I love that record, Battle for Los
Hey,
Angeles.
water.
Every time. Look
Every
at this.
time.
You guys gotta like
Water
give
drinking food.
Kyle a hard time. So before we start, he needs to fill up his water.
Before I left, man.
But you drank that whole thing? What is
in the
that?
past like 40 minutes.
That
That's
whole
about it.
big ass jug of that.
Right before we started.
That's crazy. That's
It's
crazy.
only 32 ounces. I gotta have
32 ounces
gotta
in
have 2 of them.
40 minutes. Anyway.
Chug-a-lot.
But like all you guys over there on Patreon, thanks again for being there, putting in the requests and stuff. Like they're really cool. Like they're really neat requests that have been coming in. We can't wait to hear what next month's gonna be. We're gonna be putting up a request form probably later in the week or the beginning of next week.
And I saw some people already did.
Some people already sending in some stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. Bought the blue anime t-shirt, short sleeve. Yeah, girl.
Oh, sweet.
Have you gotten it yet? Have you gotten it? What fish do in what do fish do in water, Steve?
Swim.
You swim? Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
They do like all the stuff.
Yeah.
They live.
They eat poop.
They think about
No, not
how
yet.
to be a better fish.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
They think about like how their actions are affecting the other fish around them.
Yeah.
And they try to get up and do it again because they only got 21 days and then
And then they're dead.
and it's gone.
They're gone.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, Kelly, though, whenever you get it, be sure to take a picture of it, man. We'd love to see how it turned out. Go post it over in the fam.
Yeah,
you know?
if you get shirts, like post it up.
Oh yeah, like I saw Nancy there ordered a onesie for one of her friends, and they posted up a picture over there. That was cool. It's in the printing stage.
It says it's printing.
Yeah,
they do a really good job at Store Frontier of
letting you know,
of
like
handling, like, hey, we got your order. Hey, it's being printed. Hey, it's getting sent out on Monday, and then hey, it did get sent out.
Right,
it's on its way, and they have a nice little timeline. They walk you through
right
every step of
from
order to wearing it.
Right. And that gets us to a point here, man. We have a little special surprise for y'all. If you're on the Patreon, you guys know. Hopefully you saw it. Maybe you watched the little thing. Maybe you downloaded the little MP3 that you get right there. But we're gonna show this little thing off real quick, and we will be back here in just a minute. So everybody, watch your screens now.
And do the monster mash. It is a graveyard smash. It caught all in a flash. And do the monster mash.
Oh, sorry. Workout number 3.
Yeah, right.
And do the monster mash. It is a graveyard smash.
All right. Yeah, so just released a version of Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
But it's actually available free. It is free.
Totally free.
You go to we'll add it in the description. We didn't put it in there
it's
before we started.
Roshambeauxmusic.com/monster-mash.
Monster-mash. And then you just
Don't spell dash. Just put the dash
dash
in between monster
in
mash.
there. And then you guys can go get it for free on the website. You just put in your email, and it'll come directly to your email. That way you guys have something cool and funny. Because, again, we don't know what Halloween... Like we were talking about earlier, but like we don't know what's going on. I don't know.
You know what's going on? Roshambeaux's version of Monster Mash.
Monster Mash. So you can put it on. You can load it in. Oh, man, we got to figure out TikTok, man. So that way we can like load it into TikTok, and people can be like dancing in on it.
You can do it on Instagram.
You do it. Oh, they have Reels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that over there on Instagram.
This one won't be on the. You have to go like on our last album.
Yeah.
And you can do that where it's like you can add whatever song you want.
Sure.
In your story, and you can mouth along and sing.
Right. Okay.
But it's got to be in the algorithm.
But
so our last album is.
But with this, we give you guys complete control, man. Like, play the video in the background and do some dance moves to it, and please share it over there in the fam, because we want to see this stuff, man. Because like, let's have a good time this Halloween. Like, let's figure out a way of being safe. However, whatever makes you feel safe, or whatever you think that you can do.
A social distance costume party.
Something
Sounds cool. Eating way too much candy, watching scary movies.
Yeah, that
Sounds like a good thing too.
It's a good time.
You can have Monster Mash playing.
And just sitting there in the dark with Monster Mash playing. I think that's all you need.
I bet you it would make ghost hunting a lot less scary.
I think
if
so
you're
too.
like going and you got like your special camera, but then the whole time it's
Yeah, and you're like, there's dead children.
Do you know what I want to know? So, you ever notice how there's always some old story about there's this old lady,
right?
And she had this child, and the child passed away, and the child's walking the house looking for her doll. And it's always this, in every story is from like the 1800s.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is that going to stop? Or, are we going to have like ghosts now? And then like you're going to have some ghost come up to you in the middle of the night in this old house, and it's going to be like, what's your Wi-Fi password?
Yeah, because you're like stuck because I couldn't find the
Wi-Fi. They're like, I would leave. I just gotta send this message out real quick, Right. And they're like, no, you need to move on. You're like, but I didn't finish texting them yet.
Oh my goodness, ridiculous. But yeah, we're really excited about that. So go over there, get your free copy. It's free. We're just making it free for y'all, so like you guys can have something to have fun with Halloween. We have fun making it. He said, I'm gonna be 6 foot for Halloween. How tall are you naturally? See, if
he's 5'11" now.
He's 5'11" now. Oh, okay. How are you gonna do that?
An inch tall.
Use
He's gonna get like some platform shoes.
Platform. If you get platform shoes, you got to do the ones with the little goldfish.
Or just
in there.
a good pair of like steel toe boots will put you up an inch.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I could do it, but that ain't gonna make you 6 feet. You can maybe
That'll
some
make you
wooden blocks.
5'12". That's 6 feet. It won't make you 6 feet. It'll make you 5'12".
Yeah, 5'12", y'all. That's not 6 feet.
No.
Do the math.
God.
Oh man,
That would be funny to start saying like, well, yeah, I'm 5 foot 16 inches,
right.
and just see if people go, oh come on, why don't you just say 6'4"? What the
Right. What is that? What is that? They're talking nasty over here. Oh man. But that does take us to one more thing here. We've got, and we talked about it last week, but we just want to remind everybody that this is going to be here for another couple weeks. But it is going away in a couple weeks. It's just special for Halloween only.
Yeah.
So go there and check it
We
out.
can kind of get in frame here.
We kind of get in there. Look at little talking heads.
Look at that. Look at it.
Look at it.
Look at it.
Look at it over there.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. That's really
It's
cool.
awesome.
That's a really cool sweater.
Yeah.
I like that. No, we're really excited about the design. We've always wanted to do like special like Halloween designs, 4th of July design. You know, like holiday merchandise. But you know, like being on the road musicians, we never were able to do that. Mm-hmm. And now through Store Frontier, we're able to do stuff like this. So we're really pumped. Go over there and check it out. We really dig them.
Yeah.
Check it. And then to everyone who's already gotten some, man, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoy it.
It helps a lot.
And again, make sure you guys take pictures of that stuff. We'd love to see it, man. Love to see that stuff. I need to get one of those for myself just to have. But it is always weird. Like, I don't want to like wear my own band's shirt, but I do.
You can.
Can I do that?
Yeah,
Can I wear it?
I mean, like, well, here's the thing. I guess, is it weird to wear like your work gear just when you're not working? I know it's not our work.
I don't know what
gear.
you mean, because like my work gear is my
No. I mean, like, you know, like
clothes.
like if you work at Target,
Yeah.
and then you go around wearing a red polo every day, is that
Right.
weird, or is it okay? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, if it's a polo that says Target on it, then yeah.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the
Yeah.
same thing. Just wear it at home.
Just wear it at home. Yeah. Because the ones like they're comfortable, man.
They're comfortable.
They're comfy. It's hard to find a good comfy T-shirt, y'all.
That was always a weird thing. But at this, I don't know. Donald Glover said that. He's like, if you make sandwiches for your living, make yourself a sandwich. It's cool. You're not conceited.
Right, you're not conceited.
No, it's
Yeah. Oh, you make yourself a sandwich, huh?
Yeah, make yourself a sandwich, huh?
Right.
Get a little conceited there.
Oh,
Oh, man, it's cool.
It's cool.
You wear your own stuff. I listen to our music all the time.
Right. Well, see, like I want to see how like those hoodies are folded. Steve was saying like it's folded super cool. Like I saw the picture that you posted up there, and it is folded really cool. Like there's no way we would have done that. That's so
I
cool.
couldn't really. Well, I just saw the one picture. So
Well,
I
yeah.
couldn't see exactly how, but I was like,
The
how did they
hood
do
was
that?
somehow wrapped around, and then there was like the string was tight. It's really cool looking, man.
Yeah.
Like if only I would have thought of that. One day I'd
Can't
be.
wait to see and learn a new way to fold clothes.
You know.
Yeah.
One day. You know, like I'm gonna be a drummer, and then we're gonna be a sound engineer, maybe a producer, and then I'm gonna get into photography and stuff. And one day, I'm gonna be a clothes folder. Clothes folder. That way I can fold up.
All pro.
Fold up some clothes. Please take some pics whenever it gets there. We'd love to see it, man. And I love how those anime shirts turned out. I remember whenever Kyle first showed me the designs when he was starting up on them. I was like, "Oh, dude!" Because it was so exciting, man. When we did that 808s whole thing, it was like perfect. It fit in perfect with it. I'd like to figure out a way that we can animate them, get them to like actually do.
We could do like a video with them.
Yeah, but not like I don't want it to be like stick figures where it just kind of moves frame to frame. I want it to be like an animation. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think with that style, it might be easy, but we're starting from zero.
I remember. I've been wanting to poke around with some stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I've seen a few things, and like it's a whole new world
Right.
of stuff. But I have seen some people explain a few programs that in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we could do that.
Do
It'd
it.
be fun.
Maybe it'll happen. You can and post a video of the unfold. Please, Nancy, that'd be so cool. She said you'd
a video of the unfolding,
showing how it's unfolded there.
That'd be
Are you
cool.
able to fold it back up the way it was folded, or did you just leave it and not unfold it yet? In that case, Steve, you're fired. Take 17.
Yeah.
Yes, it's weird. What's weird?
I feel bad for anybody watching this later because we stop and
Stop.
talk to people.
What is it?
You gotta be here live.
Yeah, we're here live, y'all. Tune in live, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Rachel, what are you talking about? Yes, it's weird. What does that mean?
That it's folded weird.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. Or maybe just what she's like, what you guys are doing is just weird. I don't like it. Anyway. We do have, okay, let's see here. Next on the docket, we're just going to remind everybody that we have all this stuff here.
Yeah, we were just talking about.
Just talking about
There's
it.
that anime shirt.
There's the anime
and you
shirt.
can get it in a bright green sweater.
A sweater.
Not a sweater. And there's other colors too.
I kind of want it on a sweater.
Not just
man.
green. There's
I kind of want, but I really like this hoodie, the zip up with the RX. Like I really am considering hard getting one for myself. So I really dig that. That and the yellow rattlesnake tee, man.
That does look good on there.
It looks so good.
I remember when we got the color options, we were like, "Oh, that looks really good."
Yeah, because I remember when we first had that design, we were talking about it being on like an army green color, which
I think you can still get.
can
Like,
still
it's like
get
an
that-
olive, I think.
Yeah, you can still get that option, but like one of the reasons why we never had it printed was because we couldn't get the right color. You know, if you remember, like it was like we can't get the right color for it to be printed, and then here we had the right colors available, and this yellow. I was like, why didn't we ever think about the yellow?
Well, I don't think
crazy.
they had yellow.
You didn't have yellow?
Back when we first got that design ready.
Right, that's true.
Uh,
Wearing rose stuff. Nice. But also, we'd like to give out our shout outs to the Patreon guys, man. Mm-hmm. These are the soldiers.
Nancy B.
Nancy B. Thank you so much.
Renee T.
Renee. Looking good, girl.
Spencer R.
Spencer R. Keep going, man.
Steve B.
Steve, you're fired, bro.
No, you can stay.
You stay. You're good. You're good.
Rachel E.
Rachel, thanks for telling us about the audio earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Real lifesaver.
And we got a new patron this week.
Yep, yeah, we do.
New patron. She's brand new.
Brand new, y'all.
Nadia M.
Let's welcome Nadia M.
So, if
You're awesome.
If you become a new patron, you get a little extra special welcome.
Or not, because
We will. We'll make it a big deal.
Whatever. No, but thanks to everybody on the Patreon who's signing up over there. Just as a reminder, you guys are the reason why we're able to continue to do this. Otherwise, I'd probably be flipping burgers.
Yep.
You know, and doing that and waiting tables and
All that stuff.
grocery shopping at Walmart for you and bringing it out to your car. And then taking you to work in a Lyft car. You know?
Well, the point is we would be able to do this. We'd have to do something else.
Yeah.
But we still get to do this. That's awesome.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for doing that for us. You're amazing. If there's any, I think we sent out a couple things before where if you guys have any suggestions to make the experience of what's offered there on Patreon.
Yeah, if you go, I think I would join,
Yeah.
but I want to see
I want to do this.
this.
Yeah.
Let us know what this is.
Yeah, let us know because like this is for you guys, you know. And again, just as a big reminder, I think the biggest thing on here is like the high fiver deal, man. Like you come in there, you request a song every month, we put it on, and we record it live. We learn a brand new song, we record like we were talking about earlier, and then it goes up live.
And we put lights up. We're trying to make it look cool.
Looks all neat. Yeah, go over there and check it out. See if there's anything that might pique your interest over there, and if not, let us know what would. But I do think that's gonna wrap it up for us for tonight. Thank you guys for joining us here. Let us know if you have any more spooky content down there. Put it down in the comments below.
And if you're watching it later, tell us your spooky story.
Yeah, and hit us up, man. Hit us on the message. Mm-hmm. Get it on that DM, that PM.
And don't forget to like the video and subscribe.
Subscribe. Come back for more. We'll be back.
Then you won't miss anything. You'll just know. You'll be like, oh, they're
Wait.
doing this thing.
Are
Or
you
they
s-
put up this video. Or there's a new music video. Or this thing. If you hit subscribe,
So you're telling me
know.
if they click the subscribe button,
Not this one in the Sorry, where is it? Not this one in the video. The one below it. It's below it.
below,
It's down there.
if
This one,
they click
you
that,
can't click on that.
you can't click
But
that.
down there you can.
and then they'll know
you'll know
when we're doing stuff.
when we're doing stuff.
and then they could.
When we do vlogs, when we have new videos, when we got new MP3s out, new music out.
What if
you'll know.
what if I want to tell other people about it? Is there like some kind
You
of
can
share?
hit share.
There's a share
It's
function.
the little arrow that's like, send it over there.
It's like a little whoop. You telling me
You can share it.
I can click that share button?
You can share it on your favorite social media platform. Whatever
Okay.
it is. If you like Facebook, you can share it on
Okay.
Facebook. If you like Instagram, Twitter,
Uh-huh.
Snapchat, you can copy and paste the link and just you can write it down on a little piece of paper
Yeah,
and
man.
save it for later.
That is insane.
Yeah.
So
All
you-
this stuff.
So guys, subscribe. Share that thing around. Call your mama. Tell her what's up.
Call your mom. Your
Do
mom
it.
will watch it with you.
She'll watch it with
She
you.
will. She might be like, oh, those guys are a little weird, but she'll watch it with
Yeah.
you because she loves you.
Or not. Call your brother. Call your sister. Call your friends. Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week.